So you've built a website with AI and it looks great. You've got it launched, but do you know if it actually works properly? There are a number of things that you might be missing. You don't even realize it. It may look great, but is it actually broken? Stick around. I'm going to go through a few of the things that you can check to make sure that your website is broken and how to fix it. So if you're using something like ChatGPT, Claude, or Lovable, or anything else to build your AI website, there's a good chance you haven't given it enough information to build your website properly. And here are some of the things that could happen. First of all, SEO. Did you make sure that you talk about SEO to AI? Does it know what to build so that your website is optimized for Google, Bing, or any other search engines? Because if you haven't, it's not going to do that for you. In fact, it's probably missed it. And even worse, this is one of those things that you won't even discover until it's too late. A friend of mine recently had a client leave as a digital marketing agency. He left his digital marketing agency service. The guy built the website, and all of a sudden, as soon as it launched, it tanked. In other words, all of the traffic that was coming to his website is gone now because, well, they didn't even take into consideration SEO. So make sure that you at least have the basics implemented. Tell AI that it needs to consider and add the elements for doing SEO, at least the basics. And here's the thing. If you don't understand any of these jargon, and I'm kind of using these acronyms like SEO, accessibility, these types of things a little bit on purpose, because if you don't understand these and know that they exist, chances are you've not taken into consideration. The next one is accessibility. Whether you've heard of the ADA compliance or not, accessibility is definitely something that most people, even web designers before AI, didn't really take into consideration. That is ensuring that your website will work with hearing impaired devices, or visually impaired devices, or any other devices that are for the disabled, whether it's color blindness. There's a number of different things that you have to implement into your website so that it is compliant. Now, there are some major lawsuits that have happened through basically not being compliant. Now, that doesn't mean you're necessarily going to get hit with a lawsuit, but it really depends on the type of business you have. Some are attacked or targeted more than others from law firms. So making sure that's in there is just a little bit of saving grace to ensure that you are covered. The next one, responsive design. This is one that you're likely to find yourself. Of all of these items here, chances are you're going to see it. And what responsive design is it's basically, does the website work on your mobile device or a tablet? So it's really easy to check. Go on your phone, check it out, see if it works. If it does, chances are it's done. Responsive design is good to go. But if you didn't tell AI to make sure that it is responsive design friendly, or mobile friendly, as they say, you probably missed it. Okay, let's look at the next one. Speed and performance. Your website may look great on the computer, but it may be super slow once somebody goes and accesses it from their phone. And the biggest culprit here is images. There's a chance that you've just taken a photo wherever you got it from, whether you took it from your phone or took it from the internet or somewhere. Chances are that image is really large. It's a large file, 2 or 3 megabytes. And if you have several of those types of files throughout your page, it's going to be really slow to load everything, because mobile devices, they don't have the best connection all the time, right? So you want to make sure that your website loads quickly. Images are the biggest culprit on that one. Error monitoring. So you have a form on your website, or maybe anything on your website. You may not even know that it's broken. So it may be working properly to begin with, but something happens. Maybe there's an update to the way your hosting works. Any number of things could do it. But the reality is if you don't have anything monitoring errors, that's the other thing. Maybe there is something broken on your website. You don't even know it, and you don't have any way of tracking what the issue is. So ensuring that you have some type of basic error monitoring can help you fix any problems that arise as they come up. Analytics. You have traffic coming to your website, but you have no idea. How do you know if you don't implement something like Google Analytics or Google Search Console? Making sure that that is implemented on your website is just sort of a basic thing for getting started. Make sure it's on there. It's actually going to be pretty quick to implement, and AI will help you put it together. Backups. Just because you don't make a lot of changes to your website doesn't mean you shouldn't back it up. You should have backups running continuously. Usually I back up a database once a day and ensure that all of the files are backed up once a week. Then if anything happens from the last issue, security, you will be covered. You'll have something that you can go fall back on instead of having to rebuild the website from scratch. But let's talk about security for a second. This is perhaps the most dangerous area. If you don't talk to AI and tell it that it needs to secure certain elements of your website, a good example is credentials. Maybe you have some type of login or what we call API keys. If you have those kinds of things on your website, if they're exposed, if they haven't been properly hardened, then somebody can gain access to your website or your API keys. A good example, the AI that you use to build it, you may have an AI key that creates that connection between the website and your AI platform. Now, if somebody gets a hold of that AI key or the API key, they could use your AI, which means you're paying for them. They might be doing any number of tasks using your credits, and you won't even know it until it's too late. So make sure that you have addressed basically these 8 items to ensure that not only does your website look great, but it also works great as well. And if you have any problems, you want an audit, you want somebody to take a look at it, hit me up in the comments or find my website at thecompletewebdesigner.com, and I'll be happy to take a look for you.